Over there!
We can't let him get away!
Too late, fool! You will not escape! Us? What in the name of... Gary?
I'm sorry, okay? I hadn't prepped this part of the dungeon yet. I haven't had the time.
But you don't suffer from this, do you? For more than 2 years, you've helped us to enhance our tools, grow our map libraries, and given us a warm welcome in the community of map makers and game masters. We are honored to be part of this community, and all we can say is thank you.
Bring it on.
Well, hello everyone. Hello and welcome to another episode of our weekly DGNFOG community stream. My name is Till. I am one of the founders of DGNFOG, and I'm here to bring you up to date on what's happening with DGNFOG. And today for a special thing, because today we're going to announce our winner of the latest contest, the Masters of the Tools contest. But before we go into that, let us quickly look at the recent patch that has been released today. We have it's a maintenance patch mainly, so there are no new features that we've released, but we have covered a lot of bugs that you have reported. And so let's quickly have a look at what is part of the current patch, which is version 5.6.3. And the most important part is last week we've asked you to back up your font favorites or filter favorites, because today we have updated our fonts and filter system so that fonts and filter favorites are now stored within the account and not within the browser, which means that you have to re-favorite them if you already had favorites before. So this is the only thing that I wanted to mention up front. The good part is they are now stored in the account, so whatever browser you use, you always have the favorites that you have picked. And we have also pre-filled the favorite font selection and favorite filter selection with some presets, namely the ones that you have voted for fonts. You voted on fonts that you would like to see in our font selection, and those are now favorites by default. You can just remove them if you don't need them. And we have also created a list of favorites for filters, which is kind of a filter recommendation, so you can quickly start using them. For the so that's basically the core changes. We have also moved some things from the browser storage to the user storage, which is not only fonts and color grading, but category selections in your prop tools, the open and close status for folders. Good evening, Padreich. Der Karpfenritter. What a nice name. And texture selections. So you will notice that when you now start using your tools, what you have previously used stays selected and is in the right position, which I think is quite helpful. And then we fixed a ton of bugs. Like there are bugs related to deleting props when you deleted a prop group or several prop groups too fast in succession. That was causing a crash. That should be fixed now. There are several bug fixes related to lighting and undo redo. Room tags now keep the orientation with the associated room when the room is flipped or rotated. So we had a problem where the room tag, when you started to rotate or flip something, was losing its position. That is fixed now as well. And we've also fixed a few bugs around tokens and the campaign viewer. So it was basically a maintenance patch for today. And with that out of the way, we are now... yesterday, we have technically started with the development on, or at least the concept briefing and the development pitch for the GM nodes. So the GM nodes are now being reworked in the next iterations. I don't know when they are ready to showcase. The second they are in a state where we can throw a look at them, I will show them to you. But I can tell you, they look amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait to see how they are coming around because it's technically it's a complete rework of the way that we are dealing with the GM nodes, and the designs Bodhi showed to me were just beautiful. So we had the big design pitch and concept briefing yesterday. Andy still has one more thing to finish before he will fully turn over and start working on this. Good evening, everyone. Servus, hello, hi. And I think that's it. So there's just another announcement before we go into the Masters of the Tools contest, and that is this Thursday. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do a map stream. It is it's a personal appointment that I have that me and my wife have, and it's in the evening, so unfortunately there's not going to be a map stream this Thursday. And next week, Tuesday, keep an eye out for the next mapping it out, because it is, again, another month is almost over. And so we will be looking at the Deus development. So if you want to know what's going on with Project Deus, same place, same time as today. Next week, we will be having mapping it out. With that said, I've prepped a little special section for tonight. Let's jump into Master of the Tools contest. All right, welcome. So the for those of you who don't know what this contest was about, the Masters of the Tools contest was something that we've launched in March, and the goal was for you to submit maps that just show us how you can use the tools. So we were asking, who of you is the master of our tools? And I was blown away by the amount and quality of the submissions. I'm getting ahead of myself, but there were many more submissions that we were expecting, and it was a good thing that I have invited a few friends to be part of the jury. So the thing was, we said, because this is something where it's kind of a judging process where you need to decide what submitted map is really deserving the title Masters of the Tools. I reached out to friends of DGNFOG, and I said, can you help us judge the maps? And happily enough, we had a great jury that was Tony Trauner is the artist in Dungeon Fog, so he's making all the Dungeon Fog assets that you have seen, that you're using. And I asked him if he would like to be part of the jury to judge the artistic approach, the composition, the colors. And so Tony joined the jury for being our artist eye on that matter. Me, myself, I was purely there to because I know the tools, to see how have you been using the tools, what techniques did you use, and I was hoping to see some tips and tricks that I didn't expect, and I was not disappointed by you. There were quite some things where I was like, how did you do that? So that was my part. Janet from World Anvil is who else would be a perfect judge for the storytelling aspects of the map. So Janet was there to help me judge the general appeal of the map from a storyteller's perspective. And Guy was there to look at the concept, the map concept, from a game master's perspective, judging whether or not this map is fit for play, fit for a game. And he's also one of the, I would say, most experienced Dungeon Fog users, at least since he has finished his book on the Epic campaign. What was it called? Epic Battle Maps, Volume 1. His recent Kickstarter project. Because there he did the maps in Dungeon Fog. So I wanted to hear what Guy is thinking as well. So those beautiful people joined me, and we had we actually planned just half a day for the judging process, but we ended up doing almost a day on that. And the pure reason for that is that there were so many great submissions. We had 30 submissions, and I must say that almost 99% of them were like beautiful, amazing, and we could really feel how much work you put in there. So we had to think of a good way to approach that, because there can be only one. And we needed to find a way to kind of narrow the field and decide on who is the winner of that contest. Because if you remember, the winner of the contest will sit down with us and will work on the next prop pack that we will release. So so it's not going to be the next prop pack, because that is already being worked on. But in May, he or she, whoever or they, will be working with us on a map pack, naming the theme, the assets, being part of the review process, being part of the testing process, and then we will release this prop pack as brought to you by the winner of this contest. And I think this is an amazing reward. So it was hard to decide who will be that person. And we basically decided that every jury member can narrow the field by picking, I believe, 3 maps. So every jury member was there to say, okay, I want to name 3 maps that I would particularly like to submit to this challenge. So we had a first kind of slim down the field process here. And then we brought all those 12 maps onto the table and we started discussing them until we finally went down to 4 maps that were like where the heated discussion started, where everyone was, we invented a point system, so everyone had 12 points that 12 points go to. So we kind of became the Eurovision Song Contest. But we decided that everyone can appoint 12 points. That's not true, by the way. Everyone can appoint 3 points, but with 4 jury members, you could reach a maximum of 12 points. That's how we did that. And then we said, okay, it's important to see who are the top 3, like the let's call them bronze, silver, and gold winner, and then we had an honorable mention. So without any further ado, let's look at our honorable mention, which is the map by Deranged 00DM, the Katora Cityscape. And the reason why we said it should be here, it should be named, is because the sheer amount of work that you've put into this map is amazing. And I had the opportunity to speak with Janet, and she said, I want to talk about this map. So in one of the upcoming streams, most likely one of the Thursday streams in May, we will have Janet as a guest, and we will look at this map and we will talk a little bit about the city building aspects and the storytelling aspects of creating a city. And Janet was really excited about that map. And Janet and Guy and Tony were all in line with me when we said, okay, this is not the winner map, but it is a map that we specifically want to talk about because it is, again, it's such an amazing big map with, I think, hours and hours of work in there. So congratulations, it's beautiful. Which means we are now going to our bronze map. And the bronze map with, oh my god, where are my points? I've written them down. There you go. 8 out of 12 points is the Ocean Gods Temple by Cal #8533. It was, now just to be clear, you're going to see that in terms of how close are you to 12 out of 12, this was really a heads race. So the Ocean Gods Temple was heavily debated and was judged as a beautiful map. The way that that those little rivers, like fountains are made, the coloring, the lighting, all of that was really beautiful, and we liked it a lot. And I think it is going to be Tony who's going to join me on reviewing this map. And again, it's going to be one of the Thursdays in May when Tony will join me in a stream, and we will look at the map and discuss options of what would Tony change, how could this map be improved from a composition standpoint. But I think well deserved goes the bronze medal to the Ocean Gods Temple by Cal. Which brings us to the silver map. And the silver map is the Evil Alchemist's Lab Infested by Burrow Spiders by Ava. And I must say, that map almost made first place because of the composition, the coloring. I was actually my first reaction was, oh wait, you're using not only DGNFOG assets, are you? And then I checked the map and I realized, oh no, you're just really good at coloring. So all of that in here is made with DGNFOG assets and just really good feel for using lighting and coloring. And also Guy was really impressed with the game mastering structure, so the way that the whole map is layouted. And I feel like this is, we will see, I'm not sure, because Guy also, but maybe Guy is going to come in and judge that map. I know that Guy is definitely also coming to judge the winner's map, which we are going to see now. And the winner of our Masters of the Tool contest the person who is going to create the asset pack with us. And I think very well deserved with, by the way, this map had 10 out of 12 points. And with 11 out of 12 points, I now present to you, ladies and gentlemen, give me a drum roll. The Byway Incident by Corthol. Now this map is absolutely mind-blowing. I went in there and I double and triple checked how you made things in there, and we're going to review them. Again, this map will be reviewed together with Guy, because he was the one who subtracted that 1 point, or this map would have been 12 out of 12. So we're going to see why Guy did that. But this map is absolutely fantastic. This is a sci-fi map, so this is a space train that has two separate states, and it's going to switch the states throughout the way that the players are interacting with this map. And I'm not going to spoil too much yet, because we're going to review this map together with Guy. Excuse me. We're going to talk about how you can make maps look like that. But Corthol, I just want to say this map was absolutely amazing. We had so much fun looking at that. We had so much fun discovering all those little gory details that you've put in there. And I'm well deserved. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to reach out to you. If you are watching right now, you can PM me on Discord. Otherwise, I will send you an email, and we will pick a day and a date where we can sit together and discuss the prop pack. If you already have an idea, that's great. If not, now you can start thinking about that. And for everyone, please, I know it would have been amazing. This is not the last time that we're doing the contest. We're going to review some other maps as well. I'm going to use them at some points always to look at the maps. Don't be disappointed. All your submissions were amazing, and you gave us such a hard time to pick a winner. But a winner has to be picked, and this one is, I believe, well deserved. So thank you all for your submissions. Thank you very much. Great job, everyone. And we're going to update the news section. So there's going to be a review of that in our news this week. Also, every participant will get a little contributors badge, and the first place, second place, third place, as well as the honorary mention, will get their little winners badges. And Corthol, you and I will start thinking about the next map pack in DGNFOG. So guys, that was our amazing contest. I will also, I think I have permission, I will double check with at least the winners, how do you call it, the pedestal winners, if we're allowed to share those maps, so you can look at them as well. And I think that's it for today. If you have any questions, if you want to know something, I think I've seen a few questions in here. So I will just briefly switch back to this screen and we'll go through the chat. Well, Lev Velin asks, how is the thing with world mapping going? That's more important to me than locations at this point. Well, if you want to know what Days is, how Days is coming along, next week is our Mapping It Out, the monthly Days update stream. And we're going to not only talk about the patch that is coming either at the end of this week or before the stream, but we're also going to look at the roadmap and talk about the general development process of Project Deus. All right, guys, I say thank you very much. Congratulations to the winner. Congratulations to everyone else. And thank you very much. And as always, happy map making. See you. Bye.